Young girls, don't cry. You're not alone in the fight. The broken, the unspoken, we can't heal if the wound is open. It feels like no one cares to see your heart is bleeding. Your cry is ignored when you are ill. When the wrong, the pain, and lies are kept a secret to gain for their own benefit. Be strong, be brave. You're too far away from the grave. Stand tall. We are here. We don't know the spirit of fear. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. Liberia, Liberia, when will we stop being the inferior? Our vulnerable children stripped of their innocence. It feels like no one cares to see your heart is bleeding. Your cry is ignored when you are ill. When the wrong, the pain, and lies are kept a secret to gain for their own benefit. Be strong, be brave. You're too far away from the grave. Stand tall. We are here. We don't know the spirit of fear. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. Liberia, we can't give up when they have turned their backs on us. Liberia, we can't give up. Liberia, we can't say a little louder. When they have turned their backs on us. Young girls, don't cry. You're not alone in the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, welcome to Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. With this morning, to a beautiful day in Rhode Island. It's supposed to be up to 50, but be careful. There's going to be a little rain here and there. Okay. My topics for this morning are: one, leadership is a necessity in Liberia. Two, changing Liberia is not about George Weah. And three, Liberia's patriots must rise. Let me take a cup of coffee, a sip of my coffee, and we'll begin my lesson in a few seconds. And I tell you good morning again. Necessity in the Republic of Liberia. Yesterday, we saw the reliving of the 1980s in Liberia again, with the security forces being sent on the University of Liberia's campus to quell protests by the students. How long have we gone through this? Since 1980 to this very day. How long have our students left their educational settings to protest against the government of Liberia for better standards in their pursuits of educational upliftment? How long? Why would this one problem persist in our country, where the students of our nation's only profound university are consistently knocking heads with the leadership of the Republic of Liberia? Why? Why is there such a bad leadership problem or issue in our country? Since 1980 to this very day. Why? You mean these children will fight for what they need to grow their minds, their bodies, and their spirits as children of the West African Republic of Liberia, time and time and time again? What's wrong with the leadership of our country? Since October to today, we're still on a path of finding good leaders for our nation, our people. We are still held hostages to warlords and war criminals and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Why? You mean we can't free ourselves of these people? You mean our tribes and our indigenous people cannot come to the realization that they're warlords and war criminals from the war in 1990s cannot persist over our society? We got to move away from this bellicose life and situation. And in order for us to do that, we got to get rid of the Prince Johnson, the George Bully, and all the Edwin Snow, and all these people from our war ages. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we got to rid our society of all these people. Don't you people know that? For our society to change, we cannot continue to elect and follow these people. How will we change? These people have led us from 1990s to this very day. They have killed hundreds and thousands of our people. Even the diseases will not let us free. And we're still following these people. These people can still come in Liberia and tell us that the people will vote for them unanimously. Something wrong with our country. Something wrong with our society. We are hostages to warlords and war criminals of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And somebody got to free us. Election will not free us. Joseph Barker will not free us. Ellen Cummings will not free us. Our society are hostages to warlords and criminals. Our society is a bellicose society to warlords and war criminals, and we must free ourselves of these people. There is no way Joseph Barker, Ellen Cummings, or anybody can free us. We are warlords. We are in a bellicose situation still. Warlords and war criminals control our minds. They don't have to put on uniforms. They don't have to carry guns. We are hostages to these people. Look at our nation. Look at what happened yesterday at the university campus. It will not stop. It will not stop. No matter how we try to justify these people's actions, no matter how we try to rectify their behaviors, no matter how hopeful we are of a better Liberia, our country will not change. We are still in a bellicose or warlike situation. Our country is held hostages. We are hostages to warlords and war criminals in Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And until and unless we free ourselves of these people, our society will not be free. Our constitutional democracy is non-existent. Why do you think these people behaving that they're behaving? We have not come out of war. We have not freed ourselves of warlords and war criminals. And there is no way our country will grow and improve and succeed and progress as it is now. These people are criminals. And criminals will not let us have the chance to grow our society like we need to grow it. Firstly, we have some serious management problems. These people are inept. They are incompetent. There is no way that these corrupt people will care for our country and do the right things that we need to do to see our society grow and our children and people progress in a speedy period of time. No, these people will just lie to us. They will steal. We have unrest after unrest. Look at how many times the children at the university haven't demonstrated. Look at how many times the people in our society are not demonstrating for back pay. How long will persist with this back pay thing? I just saw Pompon on Susie's show with all his face all burned up, talking about pay and all of that and help. How long will go through this thing? How long will we be in this war-like situation with criminals over our society? With us following Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her useless children. With Prince Johnson and George Weah and Edwin Snow and all these useless people continue to hold our society hostage. How long? Then we say we got democracy. We say our country is a free country. We say we're free and leading our children to a better lifestyle. We can't be. There is no way we can be doing that. There is no way. We are still in the civil war. Our country is just peaceful for a time being. Our country is just peaceful for a time being. If we, the Liberian people, do not stand up and take control of our democracy and change our society and strive to change the mentality of our peoples, our country will go right back into a bellicose or warlike situation. We can try to avoid it all we want. We can see Chesson in uniform and say, oh, we don't want Chesson, we don't want that thing no more. But if it's not right, it's not right. And I ain't gonna run away from it. I'm an educated man. I know right from wrong. I know what's good for my society. I've seen my Liberian society from time and time again fail, because we follow criminals and warlords and deceitful people. And when I talk about it, maybe I'm alone. Maybe I'm the only one that see this thing. Maybe I'm the only one that not scared of these people. Or maybe I'm the only patriot of Liberia today, that loves Liberia. Maybe I'm the only patriot, the last Boy Scout, standing out there speaking for my country. But I know who I am. And nobody got to make me who I am. And I see my country. It's not right. It's not right. And the time of the Liberian people is now. So we have to make a concerted effort to revisit the situation in our country. Our country has a serious management problem. It has a management problem. We got the LU issue here. We got the market women issue. We got the legislators stealing issue. These are serious issues right now in our country. Right now, the market women not happy. They're going to move from the Omega market and go back to the Peansville market, which they deserve to do. Because whoever took those people from Peansville and put them to that Omega place had no consideration for their livelihood, for the stability in that area, for the conditions that they're going to be in. They just moved them and put them there and built a structure overnight. Now, the other people, some people still at the Peansville bribing the police while they moved the majority of the people to the Omega market and had took no steps to ensure that everybody moved on the Peansville. But yet, some people were still there bribing the police and stealing. This is mismanagement, bad leadership, unjust treatment, unfair treatment of the Liberian people. We can't continue to do this. If we got to change our society, we got to have the leadership that can do it. We got to have the trust. And that's the second point. We have failed management. Then also on top of that, untrustworthy people. People who don't trust each other. You heard it. You heard the problem with going on right now between the university administration. The same thing in the government. People don't trust each other. People come there and take our government affairs to be their personal affairs. And they hold grudges and bad feelings toward each other instead of doing the work of the Liberian people. And we tolerate this bullshit time and time again. Y'all may not like me. Y'all may not like what I'm saying. But I'm not saying anything that is not in the best interest of Liberia and Liberian people. We can't continue on this path. We got to be people that are responsible and accountable ourselves. We cannot only hold our government officials accountable and responsible and don't be the same way. So if we renege on their duties and responsibilities, renege on their promises to us to do better, how can we hold them accountable and responsible when we ourselves are not accountable and responsible? We can't always wait for our leaders to teach us. We can't always wait for our leaders to lead us. We within ourselves must grow to be leaders and defenders of our constitution and our democracy and our system of leadership. If we fail ourselves, who will take responsibility of our country? We all go to school to learn. We all go to school to strive, to have ambition, to be leaders of our country. And if we must develop ambitions of leadership, of self-aggrandizement, then we must be able to fill the void where our government officials fail, where our leaders are criminals and cannot see the light. We must guide our society to the better era, because without us, Liberia will die. Without us, Liberia will fail, and all of us cannot serve in the government, but all of us can govern the government in our society. And the time of the Liberian people is now. Our government has failed us. Our leadership has failed us. We need people to step to the plate now, to lead our society in the right direction, to guide our people on the right path, away from being hostages to warlords and war criminals, to freeing our society, to building our people. We can't continue on this path, or all of us will fail. And when all of us fail, we have no future for our country and our people. So that's my lesson to you on this aspect of the need for leadership in our country. The need for people to rise up, other than these criminals leading our country today, other than these warlords and war bandits and war economic rogues leading our country today. We must take these people over and put them to jail. We must remove George Weah and all these criminals leading our society and bring them to book. These people can't continue to rob us and want to lead us. We've got to free ourselves. Rise. Open your minds. We need our patriots. These people are enemies of the Liberian people. These warlords and war criminals that are serving in our government today at the behest of the tribal people are enemies of the Liberian people and their own tribal people who are less educated than these people they call in their leaders, or even less imbued with morals. Because some of them educated, some of them highly educated, but they ain't got no morals. They are low down scum, just as the warlords and things they got leading our country today. We deserve better. There is no way Prince Johnson and them, these demon infested criminals, calling themselves pastors, can continue to lead our society. These people are murderers and killers. And we can't continue to honor these useless rogues and dogs. They got to be brought to book for their crimes against the Liberian people. They can stand in the pulpit and talk about Jesus all day. Liberia is not a Jesus nation. I'm ready to come and haul them from that pulpit, flog them, and put them in jail right now. I ain't got time for that bullshit. They can talk about Jesus all day. I'm coming to jail them and put them in jail. I know where my Jesus lives and lies and stands and taught me and teaches me and has taught me. I ain't gotta listen to Prince Johnson. You think Prince Johnson, that man, will stand before me and talk about Jesus? I'll kick him in the balls. Then I'll fuck the hell out of him and put him in jail where he belongs. And these are the people ruling my country today. These demonic, satanistic people calling themselves pastors and ministers. I rest my case before I sell my soul, cussing these people out. Aluta! Continue. Let me take a drink and we'll move on to my next step. In a casa. The last point on my topic of leadership was delivery, management, trustworthiness, delivery. You got to deliver. You got to produce. You can't be my leader talking bullshit every day and you're not producing. And everything we do in the country is just pay salary, pay useless people money, and we're not bringing nothing in for the benefit of our country and our people. What the hell is that? So, my second topic is not about George Weah. Who is George Weah? George Weah is not different from Simon Doe. George Weah is ignorant. George Weah is a dummy. George Weah don't know shit. Just like Simon Doe. And you can see ignorance begets ignorance. You are ignorant leader. We live under George Simon Doe. We saw what happened. How will George Weah be different? George Weah is a replica of Simon Doe. Simon Doe had no education. He became doctor, with so fucked up degrees. Now we got George Weah. He ain't no shit. He doctor, with so fucked up degrees. Then we expect different. What we expect, a damn miracle? We can't get no miracle. We get the same shit from 1980 to 2021. We get two dumb leaders. We get two dumb situations. God is just showing us that as educated people, we must learn that situation will not change. If our leaders are dumb and ignorant, our situation and lives will be led under dumb and ignorant circumstances. And this is what happening today that happened in 1985. So God is not stupid. Maybe we stupid, but God is not stupid. That's just a simple lesson God is teaching us. So it's not about George Weah, it's about us understanding the mystery of life. We can't put old wine in new bottles and expect it to taste different, expect it to be nouveau, better. No, it will not get better. It will be worse or stay the same. And this is what we are under. So we can't blame George Weah. We knew it all along. It's not about choosing Walker or Cummings. No. It's about looking at ourselves as patriots. and asking us ourselves, do we love Liberia? If we love Liberia, what are our priorities for Liberia? I talked about priorities yesterday. Everybody got to set priorities. Some people priorities good leadership. Some people priorities good education. Some people priorities good economy. Some people priorities good health care. What are your priorities? And when we set our priorities, then we'll begin to understand what we want to see happen in our lives because we have set values to things that we treasure, to things that we find good and valuable to us and our family. So once we find have priorities and we know how to set these priorities in order that benefit us and our interests in things we want to see grow and prosper and advance and benefit us, then we will know we're on the right path to setting our mindset for our own progress and advancement and pursuits of happiness. But until we do those things, we are lost. Because when we start thinking about our own priorities and prioritizing our priorities, because you can have more than one priority. Your priorities can be all those things I talk about. Good president, good education, good health, good school, good blah, 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 everything. But you got to prioritize them. What is the most important one to you right now in Liberia? What is the more important one to you? We want need good leadership. We need good education. We need good health care. So we prioritize them as in order. One is good leadership, education, healthcare, just how we see it. And we join with other people with like ideals and goals and interests and values. We join with these people and we strive to make changes in our society based upon our mutual understanding of the things that we desire and want and demand that our government provide them because we're paying taxes. As long as we're paying taxes, as long as we're obeying the laws and ordinances of Liberia and the city of Monrovia, we damn well deserve responses from the government. And the government better respond in an effective and conducive manner. Not the shit they did with the University of Liberia yesterday. Not the incompetent bullshit Weah and all his government people do. Ellen Johnson Sally them did with her children, all the stealing and nepotism, breaking and waste, breaking our society down. Until and unless we begin to check on these people and put our foot down as Liberian people, things will not change. Because it's not about George Weah. It's about us getting what we want, what is in our best interest, what we pay our damn taxes to get. We don't pay our taxes to get CCTV. We pay our taxes to get effective police, effective military, effective protection. And if the president can come and tell us to get CCTV, then his ass better get out of the mansion and buy his own damn CCTV because he will not have no damn security protecting him either. But unless and until Liberian people understand what it means when our leader tell us to buy CCTV and we tell his ass, get your ass out of the mansion and go buy CCTV too, there will be no peace in our country. We must know how to deal with useless people. When useless people tell us useless bullshit, we must know how to give them that useless bullshit right back to them. And until we know that, our country will remain in the hands of criminals and we will remain hostages to L.A. Johnson Sirleaf, George Weah, Prince Johnson, George Buley, and the likes. Let me take a break Then I'll end my class for today. Because the time of the people is here, we gotta get up and fight for ourselves. Nobody can do it for us. Nobody will do it for us. We gotta do it ourselves. Must rise. We can talk all we want to talk. We can bullshit all we want to bullshit. We can be damn all we want to be damn. Until and unless we rise as patriots of the West African Republic of Liberia, ain't shit gonna change. We are the masters. We are the captains of our own destiny. You know what that means? That means if we don't do it right, it ain't gonna change. No foreigner coming to change it. Jesus Christ will not come down to change it. He will just cost us some more because we are idiots. He has given us the abilities to change everything we have to change. But until and unless we realize who we are and come to our consciousness, we will not change shit. We can't change shit. And we can't blame the white man. We can't blame George Weah. We can't blame Satan. We can't blame the rose flower, the rosemary, and we can't blame nothing. It falls on us. It's up to us. It's on us. It's within us. We can't handle it, it's on us. So all this thing we're doing, we hold the keys right in our own hands. And until and unless we see the need to understand that we are in control of shit ourselves, shit will not change. Nobody can help us. We can't force it on nobody. Nobody can force it to us. They can take us to the well to drink. We don't drink. Nobody can force us. So this is where we are. We need patriots, people who truly believe, people who truly believe in Liberia and Liberian people to rise up and follow Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson. Because I will lead you in the right path, on the right path, to the right path. Rise, rise, rise. That's the only way we can change our country, okay? My class is done. Have a good day. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Aluta. Continua. In the cause of the people.